Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another of several looks at this cold spell coming up next week and possibly beyond. We're looking at the NAO forecasts, the models with their pressure forecasts, um, ensembles, and their upper temperature forecasts for the next 2 weeks or so. So, starting off with our NAO forecast, the NAO is plummeting towards quite strongly negative territory during the final days of November. That is, as we see, major blocking towards Greenland and Iceland, and that forces the lows southwards. Again, wintry risks, not everywhere, very marginal, but I think some areas will see snow next week. Some areas, localized areas like over high ground and in the north, especially. And then beyond that, we go less negative, but still quite strongly negative. Most red lines, most ensemble members are still below this black line, that neutral line. So blocking may well persist into the first week of December. Here is our GFS 12Z run from Wetter. This is the pressure forecast. And starting off on Monday, we'll skip to Monday, put the hover on, and we can get cracking. And the ad has to go. Okay, so on Monday, we will see this colder northeasterly winds with showers on the eastern and northern coasts. If they drift inland on Monday night, they may turn wintry, as obviously we see colder air naturally at night time. And then Tuesday, we see a ridge over the country, bringing a quite nice day. But we see a trough forming to our northwest on Wednesday. Now, this is within the cold air mass. Now, we are likely to see a mild sector to its south as it comes from the north, but behind it on its northern flank as it clears, for quite a few areas, there is wintry potential with that. It may just be a few flakes of sleet in rain. That is wintry potential. Only some areas will see snow, as it's only the 30th of November. It's still early winter, late autumn, so we're not in the time of year where we are at our highest cold potential. The air masses are still quite warm to the south. The air masses are coldest over the northern hemisphere at around late January, early February time. So we're 2 months from that time. So sleety stuff, possibly snow in a few places. Then the low clears away, and we pull in these cold northeasterly winds, so wintry showers on the eastern and northern coast for a time. Then we see a ridge forming over us, a very weak one, but a ridge anyway, bringing some very hard frosts overnights over the weekends, over the weekend of the 2nd and 3rd of December. Then we see the steep low coming in on the 4th. That brings milder air, yes, but possibly winters in the north, if it's cold enough. And then it clears away towards Europe and pulls in that northerly again. Beyond that, actually we see blocking strengthening towards Iceland, especially, and that pulls in this easterly winds. Beyond that, there's probably off on a tangent. That looks a bit unrealistic. And moving forward from that, the blocking stays to the northwest, pushing in this slack northerly flow, very cold, frosty nights, and we end up on the 11th of December with a high row over us, bringing very frosty nights and very cold and sunny days. This is the upper air forecast from the GFS. So again, the colder air comes in on Monday, not properly cold, but definitely colder than average, and this low forms there on Wednesday. Again, there's a warm sector to its south, so that will, the upper temperatures aren't much difference between the south of the low and the north of the low. However, considering that to its south, the wind is westerly, so the cold air has a longer sea track, it will be milder naturally. It'll be more modified, but in the north, we have more of a direct cold wind source, so therefore, on on the northern side of the low, there's more likely to be wintriness. And then beyond that, we see the cold air come flooding in from the northeast again over the weekends. Then we see this milder sector with that low pressure. We see that milder low on Monday, the 4th of December. And beyond that, we see a cold wind again from the north. And then the blocking starts moving towards Iceland, pulling in this very cold easterly winds. We see the -5 ice storm flooding in, and it stays over us for quite a while until, it stays till the 11th. On that ridge, severe frosts are likely. The GFS, Dublin. Here we go. I may use other locations like Carlow and Goria sometimes. But for now, I think we'll use Dublin. So here's how the 12Z looks. You can see that the thick green line, the GFS 12Z right here, down here, was a cold run. It wasn't an outlier. There are runs going for that pattern, but definitely at the cold end of the range. There are other runs up here that are a lot milder. And also, this was one of the milder runs here, where we saw that low coming in, whereas more runs have the temperatures colder. That's solidly cold from about Tuesday till about the 4th of December. Snow, looking at this for Dublin. So not very much on this chart really. Quite barren. There are some spikes here, so possibly some showers of snow, wintriness. Carlow, actually Carlow looks good for snow. Some big spikes there. Good. Carlow looks good. Gory, Gory looks decent, better than Dublin, but not as good as Carlow. There was one spike that really goes for the scale. Let's try Galway, Garliv. Not so great for snow there. Is that better than Gory or not? I think that's about Gory. I think Gory's a bit better than that. Donegal. Carlow was very good. Donegal, not great, like Dublin. We have, what else? Where do we have? Cavan in the North Midlands. Cavan looks pretty okay-ish, like Gory, I think, that sort of level. Where else do we have? Oh yeah, down in the south we have Cork, and that's the last one we will look at for today. Every day I think we'll do this for the more major areas of Ireland, from tomorrow onwards, to see the chances of snow. Cork looks pretty good. We have a few big snow spikes here, around the 1st of December, possibly quite good there. I don't know. Anyway, we better get moving because I'm actually really quite I'm dragging it out here because I only have 15 minutes. ECM, quickly then. We do it in 24-hour steps, why not? Okay, so here we go. Monday, we're seeing the trough move towards Europe. Cold northeasterly winds are setting in. Tuesday, we see a nice, crisp, frosty day. Wednesday sees that low forming towards our northwest. Wednesday through Thursday, it drops southwards, bringing wintry risks with it, not guarantees. Friday, we see this cold northeasterly wind, so wintry showers onto these eastern and northern coasts. Saturday sees a cold northerly wind, so very frosty, drier, but very frosty and sunny. Sunday, we see actually this low coming in, bringing some milder air. Before on Tuesday, the 5th of December, down comes a northerly wind, but I think this low will come in soon. Upper air temperatures, we see the cold air on Monday starting to come in. Tuesday is chilly. Wednesday, we see that brief milder slot here. So again, that will enhance rainfall though, and possibly wintriness. Thursday, the low moves southwards, and Friday, the cold air comes flooding in from the northeast. Saturday, still cold. Sunday, cold, but then Monday, here we go, milder, and Tuesday goes colder again. Is that something new? A low pressure. Is that something new? A low for Monday. Somehow the UKV is still showing Thursday's run. I don't know why it's doing that, but we're moving on. Here is the GEM 12Zs. Okay, so Monday we're seeing these colder winds from the northeast. Tuesday we start to see troughs moving from the northwest. Again, winter possibilities, especially on the northern side as it moves through. Actually, a strong easterly on Thursday as that low deepens, then backing northerly into Friday and Saturday. Very, very cold and frosty with that. Then beyond that, we see it lows to the south. Wintry chances potential with that one. GM looks cold. Upper air forecast. So here we go. Looking cold for next week. Mild sector there, quite close to the south coast on Wednesday. Then the cold air comes back in from the north. Getting cold up until the 3rd, 4th December. This looks interesting for the south especially. As long as these mild temperatures here in the green, in the yellow zone don't move in, and you're in the green, stands a risk of snowfall. And beyond that, the lows head southwards. Good for Southern England, that actually. And then the Ensembles from the GEM. I do wish YouTube would let me upload videos longer than 15 minutes because it's not long enough for this sort of video. GEM. Upper temperature forecast. We go to Dublin. Here we go. GEM. Yeah, again, solid agreement for a cold snap from 28th to 4th December. Getting milder after that. But again, some cold runs here. Operational run. Sort of stays with the average line. A bit milder though around here than most ensemble members around the 28th. So, hopefully that's a good sign for winteriness. If these other members are correct, that is. Icon run. We've got 2 more runs left and we're done. Okay. Let me get rid of it. And then the hover. Cool. Okay. So, northeasterly winds on Monday and Tuesday. Colder air comes in and establishes on Tuesday especially. Then we go frosty before an area of low forms to our south this time. So, southwestern areas, possibly you guys get snow on this one. Or should I say winteriness, not guaranteed snow. I must stress that so much. It's not guaranteed snow. Then beyond this, we see this colder easterly or northeasterly wind on the 1st of December. And the wind backs northerly into the weekend, bringing wintry showers to the east and north, then drying out as the wind backs northerly. And upper temperature forecasts. Again, this mild sector will pep up any precip. So it's all very marginal, all very marginal. Then the cold air comes southwards on the 30th and 1st of December. We say cold then, beyond that's up until the 3rd of December. Finally the arpege run and we're done. I hope you were all showing the excitement with me. Monday we're seeing this cold northeasterly wind through the country. Tuesday we start to see this ridge through the country. Then the trough comes in on Wednesday, bringing this colder air back. And then we see this easterly on Thursday, upper temperatures. Again, cold on Monday, cold on Tuesday, mild slot there on Wednesday time. And then the low forms because of that contrast in temperatures before we go colder on Thursday. A lot to watch out for. Definitely Wednesday and Thursday are interests right now. From tomorrow onwards, from tomorrow, we're looking at each run, like today, the ensembles. We won't look at the upper temperatures so much, unless they're interesting, and we'll focus more on the precip type charts from TWO. So that's all coming up from tomorrow onwards. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for the midnight runs. We're going midnight, midday, midnight, midday, and so on. Bye, guys.